Watch the truck. What's happening? What it do? Yo, man, solo dolo tonight. You know what I'm talking about? So right now it's about fourth quarter. Buffalo, New Orleans. You know, Buffalo up 24-7. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a recap of Cowboys Raiders, and like I said, as you can see, I'm solo dolo tonight. You know what I'm talking about. Now I ain't gonna hold it against them too much. You know what I'm talking about. It is Thanksgiving, and so it's a time to be with your family and eat good food and that type of thing for those who still celebrate Thanksgiving. So I know they over there, with their families and whatnot. So I ain't gonna drag them. You know what I'm talking about. But kind of funny, man. It's kind of funny. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of funny. I think them boys would have, found a way had they run through the Raiders. I'm just saying, especially the ones who talking about after what was it, 3 weeks that they were Super Bowl contenders. But so man, this game, I'm not gonna get into all of the referees and the bad call because it was horrible calls on both sides. I mean, let's be honest. It was bad calls. It was missed calls on both sides. It was, to me, a poorly officiated game. They didn't know if they wanted to call ticky-tack calls or let them play. Like the refs was stuck in the middle or something. You know what I'm talking about? So, to me, it was poorly officiated, but I felt like it evened itself out. And at the same time, both teams was undisciplined. Both of them. The offensive coordinators for both teams was trash. Kellen Moore, is looking for his next head coaching job. They probably both is, you know what I'm saying? Because neither one of them wanted to use their running game. Josh Jacobs clearly was having success running the football. Clearly. And they refused to get a man a ball unless they was down in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Dallas didn't run the ball all that much. Now, some of that could have been because of, the Marshmallow Man, you know what I'm saying? The so-called beast out there looking like a Teletubby, you know what I'm saying? Just slow and uncoordinated, you know. It could have been his fault that they wasn't running the ball more. But Pollard came in, was looking good. It was one drive Dallas had. Pollard was in the whole drive, catching passes, hitting the hole hard, gets all the way down to the 1 inch line, and they bring, the purple Teletubby, Mr. Marshmallow Man himself, in there to run it in for a touchdown. Boy, that's foul. That's just foul. Come on now. You got to reward your young running back who done did all the heavy lifting. Also not going to, get too much into or entertain nothing about injuries and who wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the Raiders. They don't got no head coach. They number one, first round pick then got released because he driving 156 miles an hour coming from the club. Their best pass catcher gets hurt in the first quarter. Like, come on, the Raiders ain't got no talent. I ain't gonna say they ain't got no talent. But once Waller went out, the only person that they really should have had to worry about was Josh Jacobs, and they wasn't even feeding him. This is yet another game that Dallas done lost that they had no business losing. Now, I'm not going to completely ignore the effect that injuries can have on the team. A lot of teams are injured right now. My team has been riddled with injuries from game one, day one of the NFL season. Dallas didn't have the benefit of not having those injuries hit them, and they was able to, rack up wins early in the season. And so they still sitting at 7-4. They still about 2 games or so ahead in their division. So this isn't a major loss for Dallas, and the teams that they done lost to the last 3 out the last 4. Well, they done lost 3 out the last 4, and all of the teams was out the AFC West, as a matter of fact. So being that it's AFC teams that they losing to and not NFC teams, that still helps them, you know what I'm saying, going down the road when, tiebreakers coming into play and you're looking at conference record. So far, the only team that they lost to out the NFC is Tampa. You know what I'm saying? So they got that going for them. I'm kind of caught between being the objective me that I usually am, and so this ain't a mere bag of shells. There is an issue here. Does everybody gotta be healthy for Dallas to win? Everybody. I mean, they can't lose no people. You can't win games against teams that are average at best without your full complement of weapons. We see that they can beat up on bad teams. They can beat them up. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even gotta have, they starters in or none of that. They can beat them up. But average teams, I mean, look at today made my point when I talked about Kansas City. Kansas City just hasn't been playing bad on the side of the ball that you expect them to be great at offensively. They put up 19 points. The Raiders, with hardly no weapons, not running the football, put up 30. Derek Carr throwing for 400 yards. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Like that, come on, man. So, all this about Dallas defense, man, they overrated, bro. Which I said, look here, man, I spoke this. I ain't saying I spoke it into existence, but I seen this already. I seen this movie. You know what I'm talking about? And I said this from the very beginning before the season ever started. When they schedule came out, I said how this was gonna play out, man. And I ain't missed yet, my nigga. I ain't missed yet. Straight up. I'm Steph Curry, man. Like, I ain't missing, man. I ain't missing from the 3-point line, bro. I ain't missing. So they are who we thought they were. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I really could drag Dallas right about now. I really could. Specifically Ezekiel Elliott. Well, this dude is getting 50 yards and 40 yards in games for like the last 6 weeks. 7 weeks, man. This dude ain't doing nothing. Not nothing. He ain't doing nothing, bro. And so it's putting Dak Prescott in a position where he's having to throw the ball 40, 50 times. That team ain't built for that. And the Raiders ain't even really have a pass rush today. Like, they really didn't. Dude really wasn't under no pressure. Now, he missed some throws early, you know what I'm saying? But that happens with all quarterbacks. All quarterbacks going to miss a couple of throws here and there. You know what I'm saying? But that team not built to throw the ball like that many times. The defense ain't built for it. Can't have that defense trying to stop people, man. You can't do it, man. You can't. And Dallas is so undisciplined. I think they probably the highest penalized team in the NFL. You not going to no Super Bowl with that, bro. Ain't getting no Super unless you buying tickets. You know somebody you can be up there in one of them luxury suites or something. It's the only way y'all going to the Super Bowl, man. Or on Madden. Get on all rookie mode or something, you know what I'm talking about? You can probably play your way into a Super Bowl, but come on, man. Dallas ain't got no discipline. They lack talent in the secondary. But I ain't gonna drag Dallas. I ain't gonna drag him. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, like I say, I already seen this coming. So the last thing I'm gonna touch on, man, this video ain't gonna be too long. Especially since the rest of my co-hosts kind of, got ghost on pimp. We was gonna touch on the Amaud Arbery trial. Now I paid a lot of attention to this trial. I don't know how many of y'all actually paid attention to it, actually watched the trial, the evidence that they submitted and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But I did. And my overall take is that it's a small win. It's a small win. It's not going to change the justice system. It's not going to change policing. It's not going to, stop other white men from feeling like, they got the right to get their gun and shoot any black person that they see in their neighborhood that they don't think should be in their neighborhood. But the court's passing out life sentences for these 3 white boys. The courts finding police guilty who killed George Floyd. It's a small win. You know what I'm talking about? It's a small win. I'm happy because they tried. They tried to get them white boys off by any means necessary. They stacked the jury with 11 white people. Would not allow or change the venue to get it out of the community where them white boys was from. Would not allow the prosecution to call Amaud Arbery a victim, even though he was murdered. They couldn't use the word victim, really. They said victim 2 times. The defense was jumping up, objecting and everything. You know what I'm saying? But the evidence was really overwhelming, man. They chased that young brother for 5 minutes, tried to hit him, ran him off the road, threatened to blow his head off, all this type of craziness. And then the thing about it is they so arrogant that they could do that they allowed to do that they admitted to the police that they tried to hit him with their truck. That they tried to hit him with their truck and they threatened them and they grabbed their guns and they ain't see him do nothing. They ain't see him commit no crime or nothing. But this black man was running down the street in their neighborhood. Now they did see him on video going through a house that was being built. No doors, no windows, no walls. It's a shell of a house. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no drywall. They ain't got them, Come on, man. It's a shell of a house. So they seen him on camera there a couple of times. But the brother walking through there, which at our age, anybody born 70s or 80s, we didn't all seen a house being built and then walked up in there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see how many bedrooms it's going to be. Guess where the kitchen. Like, we didn't all done that. And so that brother was doing that. He was a jogger. Go on his jog. Go through that neighborhood. And he, like 3 times, he had went up in that house. He walk in there, look around, walk around a little bit, go check out the backyard. Then he burn off. Continue his jog. You know what I'm saying? Dude, so they see him on camera. Dude, get on the stand and lie. Talking about it. Come on, man. They felt like that black brother shouldn't have been in their neighborhood. Admitted to the police they never seen him steal nothing. The police told him that the owner said he ain't never stole nothing. They ain't see him commit no crime besides being black and running through their neighborhood. And so at that point, they felt like they had the right to, demand some answers from that brother, demanding him to stop, ordering him to stop, you know. And when that brother wouldn't stop and wouldn't say nothing to him, they pulled out their shotgun and they murdered him. And so the jury found the shooter guilty of malice murder, along with all the other charges. He was found guilty of all charges, 9 charges. He was found guilty of all charges. That comes with a life sentence. And the other two, was found guilty of felony murder and some other charges. So in the state of Georgia, they looking at a minimum of serving 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Now they'll be able to come up for parole the first time. They said in about 7 or 8 years, but they say in Georgia, when you get convicted of that, you usually gonna serve between 25 and 27 years because it maxes out at 30 years. I think that boy daddy is like 65, something like that. That's a life sentence for him if he got to do, 25 to 27 years, and he deserved it because his daddy the one riled him up and told him, "Let's go get this boy." You know what I'm saying? So he deserved it. The other old man, I don't know how old he is. The rowdy cat, he's gonna be facing the same time. So if the last thing they see is them walls in them jail cells, I ain't mad at it. They deserve everything they get, you know what I'm saying, because they hunted that young brother down. That brother didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They had no business bothering them. So I think it's a small win. Down in the South, Georgia, Texas, you know what I'm saying, Memphis, down here, man, where it's inherently racist, for that young brother family to be able to get some sort of justice, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I say, it's a small win. So that's all I can say about that, man. But yeah, so this game is over. Buffalo, New Orleans, 31-6 fourth quarter. That game over with. But yeah, man. Again, I appreciate y'all. Any of y'all that tapped in with me tonight. You know what I'm saying? Go on, like, subscribe. To the video, to the channel. We're gonna still do our video on Sunday when the rest of the games come on. Enjoy y'all food, y'all family, the holiday. You know what I'm talking about? And we'll see y'all on Sunday, man. Tell your friends about me.